Hey there guys, it's Rick Eutsler here with AirgunWeb for Modern Airgunner, and we're continuing our series on personal portable compressors. What are personal portable compressors? They're compressors that are designed mostly to fill your airgun, not bottles. They need to be small, they need to be relatively light, and they need to be affordable. And we've got several here that we're looking at in this series. We're up to the Venturi Nomad. Now we've gone up in price here. This is going to be that $700 price point. I'm thinking probably $7 to $8 depending on when and where you buy it. But you're getting a lot for that money. It's not a lot more than the others, but you are getting some pretty cool features. Let's jump into this unit. First of all, look at the presentation. I mean, we've got a really, really nice case that all of this stuff that goes in this little tray just fits in the pouch here, which is just very cool. Venturi does a really good job at the presentation side of things, and while maybe you guys might not think that's important, I think it really helps preserve the unit over time when you have something that's all together and makes it very easy to transport and just keep everything safe. Personally, I am a fan. Okay, so as you see here, this is it. Very, very small, very lightweight, and it also has the converter built in. This is 12 volt and 110. It's got a manual dial here, and it is auto shutoff. Very, very cool there too. It does use oil, but not like you might think. Like the JTS compressor has an oil reservoir. Ready Air has nothing. No oil, no water, it's just air-cooled. This is air-cooled. The oil that you're going to use is there's a little hole right here, and you're going to drop some silicone oil in that hole. Now it says 2 to 3 drops, and frankly, I have found I need to use a lot more. That's maybe because we're so dry here. Start with what the manual says and go up from there. If you find that it's just not filling like you think it should, add a couple drops of silicone in there. You may see it pick right up. That's basically what I've seen to be the case to really make sure you're filling at optimal speed and performance. Okay, so the tests we're running, same test we're going to run on all these compressors. We're going to pressurize the system to its operating max. So this is a 4,500 PSI compressor. We're going to put the test plug in, and we're just going to let it charge itself up to that pressure and see how long it takes. Now, what we've also done, we've got a 480 cc bottle here. We're filling this to 250 bar from dead empty, and I'll let you know how long that takes. And then we're also going to drain this to 150 bar and top it from 150 to 250 to sort of simulate what you do out in the field. You know, you don't never really want to let your guns go to empty. You want to just leave them always full, right? I always store mine full. But if you're out in the field, you shoot, 100 bar out of your gun, you can put that back in. Let's see how long that takes. Okay, so we've got our fill hose here. Now, Venturi, as you see, they've given you a filter, which is very cool. In fact, I don't think any of the other units provided that. And frankly, I think this is really a necessary accessory. They're not very expensive, 20 bucks on Amazon or whatever, so not a big deal. But if your compressor isn't a scuba compressor with condensing towers and filters and all that other stuff, you should put something like this on there just to be, extra safe. All right, so we've got a standard power port here at the back. Go ahead and plug in. And this is going to cause the converter fan to come on, so we're going to start getting some noise here. All right. Now, as with all of these compressors we've been talking about, you never want to start these under load. So I'm going to make sure that my bleed valve is open. Now, we've got our test plug already installed because it came with one. And let's see here. We're going to turn it on. It's going to get loud. It's got fans in here. It's air-cooled. Again, remember the oil is just to lubricate the piston in that part of the system. All right, so I'm going to hit the power button. There's our fan. Okay, so very loud. I'm going to go ahead and set my pressure manually to 4,500 PSI. And let's see how long it takes to fill. Just pressurizing the system. Again, I'm not going to start the timer until I have shut the bleeder. Here we go. 1,000 PSI. 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 $4,000. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that is quite loud. But it also feels pretty decently. It took us a total of 1 minute and 15 seconds, so kind of slow for this to come up to its full pressure. How did it do on the bottles? Well, let's see. In fact, I kind of know how it did. It did really well. Let's zip over here. Okay, so from dead empty to full. Now this also, remember, this does not have any sort of system that knows when it gets too hot or when you need to dump the condensate and all that other stuff. So my rule of thumb, 15 minutes running, 5 minutes resting. So in order to fill this from dead empty to full, we did have to stop and give it that 5-minute rest. The total time, including that 5-minute break, was 23 minutes. So actually, this is the fastest so far. So the Zisco is 25, the Ready Air was 23.5, and now we're 23 on the Nomad. So pretty decent, very respectable. Now to top the bottle off from 150 to 250, we're looking at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So also very respectable. I don't think 5.5 minutes is a very long time to wait to then go and do another round of shooting. I think that's very, very reasonable. Now, how's this going to compare to the next ones we got in the list? Well, let's find out. We're going to go up in price again. So the next one we're going to take a look at here in our next episode is going to be the Omega Trail Charger. A little bit more money. How's it going to do? Let's find out. Guys, stay with us. Join us for our next episode here on Modern Airgunner as we look at personal portable compressors. Please like the channel, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Tell your friends. My name is Rick Eutsler. Thanks for watching.